Hey, welcome to the Bitcoin Bull. Okay, today we're going to see what Bitcoin should be doing, and also we'll take a look at some news. Binance is being attacked again. They've been being attacked a lot lately. Binance suspends Euro bank transfers, and also they're taking on some regulatory heat in the UK. So going to this because Binance is not allowing people from Europe to transfer from their banks, transfer euros from their bank accounts into the Binance exchange to buy Bitcoins. So that's a problem, and I'll explain how this could possibly affect the price of Bitcoin and why I think this is happening. And then later on in the video, we'll go into see what Bitcoin should be doing in the next several days, weeks, and months from now. And also a general look at how the whole crypto market is looking. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's jump onto the hour chart so we can zoom in here and see what Bitcoin is doing. Before we get started, if you find this video interesting and helpful, please give me a like. That would help grow the channel. I would really appreciate that. And also subscribe to the channel if you want to stay up to date on what Bitcoin is doing. I'm doing daily analysis and talking about the most important news about Bitcoin. So let's go ahead and get started. Yesterday, at the making of the video, Bitcoin, here, let me blow this up so you can see it easier. When I was making the video, Bitcoin was right here. It just hit this this resistance line here, and I was saying most likely, let me get rid of this. Most likely, Bitcoin would be. Oh, I'm sorry. No, it was here. At the making of the video, Bitcoin was here. And I was saying most likely Bitcoin would be in this area here yesterday. But then I said if Bitcoin, that I didn't think Bitcoin would go any higher than this here. But I said there was a chance that also Bitcoin could drop below this level here, and if that happened, then the most likely scenario would be that Bitcoin would be in this area here. And towards the end of the video, Bitcoin all of a sudden made this big drop, and so at the end of the video I said that okay, so instead of being in this area here, most likely Bitcoin will be in this area here, and it will not drop below this green resistance support line here. It will not drop below here, and that's exactly what it did. It hit 3 times, bam, 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 this resistance line. It bounced off, and now we broke this resistance. So we're out. So right now we're out of this triangle here. We're out of this bearish trend here. We're out of this channel here, and we are now in this area here. I think Bitcoin will be in this area here today. Anywhere in here will be the most normal, most likely scenario in this area here. In normal conditions, if something bad happens, if the stock market crashes, if Elon Musk makes a bad tweet or a good tweet about Bitcoin, Bitcoin could break above this level and start skyrocketing, or it could break here again. If it does break, it should not go below this green support here. So that's what Bitcoin should be doing today. And also here, this seems to be a big resistance here. This area here, you see how there's like a head and shoulders formation here. These shoulders here, Bitcoin, it was really hard for Bitcoin to go above this level here, here again, here again, here again, and now it's in the same level here. For some reason around 34,700, 34,800. There's a resistance here. Bitcoin struggles to get above this, to get above this price here. So between this resistance here and the news I'm about to say, I don't think Bitcoin will skyrocket yet. We should be in this area here. and then maybe tomorrow or the next day, we'll get in towards the end of the video, get into what Bitcoin should be doing in the next several days, weeks from now. But yeah, today and here, most likely. So let me talk about this news here. So this will come in. See, this is Wednesday. This comes into effect on the 8th, tomorrow, Thursday. That Bitcoin users will no longer be able to make euro deposits through their bank. However, they can still fund their accounts with credit cards and debit cards. The only problem is that if people do that with their credit cards or debit cards, they have to pay fees. Whereas if it's a bank deposit, there are no fees for euro. So that means people will be in Europe anyways, people in the euro will be investing less into Bitcoin, because if they can't make bank transfers into Binance, to the Bitcoin exchange Binance, that means there'll be less people buying Bitcoin, or they'll have to use their credit cards but they'll have to pay fees. So most likely there'll be small amounts of euros. People won't be, I don't think, buying 10,000, 20,000, 50,000 euros of Bitcoin, because they have to pay a lot of commission. So that's not good news. That's not good news if you're European and you're having to buy Bitcoin with euro, bringing euro into the exchange. And if you're outside of Europe, that's also not good, because this could affect the price of Bitcoin. This could make Bitcoin not go up so strong, so fast. It might take a little while longer to break some more resistance line and start skyrocketing again. Could be. I don't think it'll affect very much, but it could affect. And also, it just puts more. It's just making the whole marketplace. Binance is the number one exchange, and so if there's problems being able to invest in the Bitcoin through the biggest exchange, that also makes people worry, think, oh no, I hope my bank now in America or in Canada, wherever you are in the world, hope that doesn't happen to me. And so it just puts negativity in the whole market. Let's see what else it says. Due to events beyond our control, this is Binance talking, we are temporarily suspending euro deposits from bank transfers starting on the 8th. And they also say, we are disappointed that Barclays appears to have taken unilateral action based on what appears to be an inaccurate understanding of events. Yeah, because the other day, Barclays, which we talked about yesterday or the day before, that Barclays is also attacking Binance with some manipulated news that isn't true. And yeah, there's also problems. Yeah, Bitcoin is also Binance is also facing growing regulatory scrutiny in the United Kingdom. Binance said last month that customers will no longer be able to use the popular faster payments on ramp to withdraw British pounds from the exchange. And so yeah, Binance is having some problems, but take this into account also, despite facing backlash from the UK, also Japan, Canada, and even the United States, Binance remains by far the largest cryptocurrency exchange in the world. On Tuesday, the exchange processed over 15.8 billion worth of transactions. It's huge, according to industry data. By comparison, the second largest exchange, publicly traded Coinbase, processed more than 2.2 billion in trades. Coinbase is also huge, and they traded 2.2 billion compared to Binance 15.8 billion. So Binance is huge. Banks are scared of Binance. Binance could end up becoming number one bank in the world. And also, if this $15.8 billion that entered into the Binance exchange to buy Bitcoins and other cryptocurrencies, that's $15.8 billion that left the hands of the banks, that got out of the banks and went into Binance to buy cryptocurrencies. And banks are hating this. They're losing a lot of money. So I think that's why this is happening. The banks and other big companies that are still wanting to buy Bitcoin at a low price, they're doing whatever they can to make Bitcoin look bad. They're attacking China. China was attacking Bitcoin. Everyone's talking about how the Bitcoin miners could affect, how the miners can't mine in China, how this could affect Bitcoin. Now this is solved. The miners left China, and they're going into other countries, so no problem. And now they're trying to attack Bitcoin and Binance to do the same thing. So people can't buy Bitcoin, so that the only people that can buy Bitcoin are the big companies, and which is what they want. They want the small traders to have problems to be able to buy Bitcoin, so that the big institutions, the big funds, the governments, the big companies can buy in Bitcoin now before the price gets too high. And then later on, in several years from now, once they've all bought in, then they'll start talking good about Bitcoin, so that all the small investors and everyone else can get into Bitcoin and make the price skyrocket, and they make millions, billions of dollars of profit. But they don't want to. They want to get in at a low price and not let us get in, or have problems letting the small guys get in for their benefit. I think this is why Bitcoin keeps on getting attacked, and now Binance as well. So, and this could affect Bitcoin is still doing good. It's not dropping below. Here, let's zoom out. Look at the daily chart. See what Bitcoin should be doing in the next days and weeks and months from now. So Bitcoin, it's not dropping below this resistance here. It's just riding. It keeps on hitting it. Each dip drops higher than the previous dip. Here's one. Here's one dip. The next one is higher. The next one is higher. The next one's higher. The next one's higher. The next one's higher. So very good sign. And Bitcoin broke this resistance line here and got out of this triangle. So that's great. We broke out of this one too, just recently. So that's very good. And keeps on going higher. And now we have to break this resistance line here. Once that happens, which could happen today, tomorrow, the next day, we should be, the most likely scenario, we should be in here for the next couple days. We should not drop below this in normal conditions, and we shouldn't break. We could break, but very more likely to break up than break down. And then once we break out, which should be today, tomorrow, or the next day, then we're gonna hit here. Bitcoin will get here, 36,000. Might make a small pullback to this resistance here before breaking. But once Bitcoin breaks here, I was saying this yesterday too, once Bitcoin breaks here, then I think Bitcoin's gonna skyrocket, at least up to here. I mean, maybe not in one day, it might take several days, because that means that we will be out of this whole area here. This whole Bitcoin will get off the floor. And because right now there's still some people saying that, oh, Bitcoin might drop even more, might drop all the way down to 20,000. And so once Bitcoin breaks here, then that means it's clearly off the floor and it's starting to go up. There's a very little chance that Bitcoin will drop more. So people will start investing more in this area here, which means that once we break here, we should be going up, 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 up. And by the end of the month, I'll give it all July. I'll give Bitcoin all of July to break this very important resistance line here. It could happen in a week from now, 2 weeks from now. I mean, it looks like a lot, but it's really not that much. I mean, from where Bitcoin is right now, we're looking at like a 16, 17% jump. So that's like, if it does 5% a day, in 3 days from now, we could perfectly be up here. So I mean, it looks very big, but it's not. It's very doable. So, but most likely Bitcoin will end up doing something like this, breaking, and then maybe hitting back down, then hitting up here, this resistance here, then going back down, going up, kind of riding here until it finally breaks. And then once it breaks here, it will skyrocket. But I don't rule out, I think it's very possible that Bitcoin could break out even earlier. Very possible. They can end up doing something like this and breaking out like at mid-month. That's another very good possibility. And yeah, once Bitcoin breaks here, like I was saying yesterday and the day before, then the next stop is to break this resistance line here, which I don't think will be too hard, and then working our way up to here, and then breaking maximums, which might take several months from now. But yeah, Bitcoin is looking good. The whole market. Let's zoom out here. Bitcoin is looking good. It's in this short-term bullish run right here. It's taken some drops, but it's clearly in this channel right here, in this triangle formation. It's going up. So things are looking good in the whole crypto marketplace. Let's look at all of them. Things are also looking good. There's some big rises. This one's going up, and cryptocurrencies going up 15%, 12% in one day, 8%, 5%, 12%, 10%, 26%, 15%. Almost everything. The majority is in green, and with some really good rises, like 10%, 10%. And there are some in red, but they're in general like 1 to 3-4% drops. Everything else is doing very good, 21%, whereas the drops are like 2%, 3%, 4%. So the whole crypto marketplace, look at this one, 58% in one day. So the whole crypto marketplace is looking good today, and yesterday too. Yesterday was really good, and Bitcoin today is also doing really good. So everything is lining up. Everything's looking good. Yeah, there's this one bad news about Binance, but all the other news is also positive. I don't see any news worse than this Binance. This is short term. This will be resolved shortly. So yeah, that's what Bitcoin should be doing today. What should it be doing the next several weeks, months from now. So if you found this interesting, please give me a like and subscribe to stay up to date, to get more videos like this, to see what Bitcoin is doing. And see you tomorrow in the next video. Thanks for watching.